Driving backwards through a mirror I can't really see out of. All the way to the bottom. So it's the full length of my glove. So that's about 8 inches. Wow, caught Scout pooping on camera. Wonderful. You know, a person could find themselves stranded out here with no way to call for help and dying of exposure. You're my little champ, aren't you? Yep. Welcome back, everybody. So this is day 1 of a 3-day snowstorm we're supposed to get. Actually, it's 2 different storms. So this one, we got a lot. I'll show you around. Look at all this. We got a lot of snow. So let's use my measuring device here, my hand. So it's about 7 inches so far. It's extremely wet, super heavy snow. I am actually gonna have to take the broom and climb up on the ladder, and I'm gonna have to clean some of the snow off of the RV. It's just too heavy. It's a flat roof. I'm not gonna let it get to the point where there's a foot or more of really heavy wet snow up there. It's not good to have that much weight on the roof. Come here, you. So got some bad news over here. So a huge section of this tree broke off. I wouldn't be surprised if more of it breaks. I hope it doesn't, but I wouldn't be surprised. This is thicker than the driveway. I don't know if it's the snowdrift from blowing through right in here, but this is deep. Look at my generator. That's why I keep it covered up. You look inside, it's still got a little bit of snow on it, but see how it stays pretty much clean? And if I start it up, it'll warm up and blow some of that off. Look at her. She loves this. Wow, this might be the deepest snow we've had since we've been here. Look at my foot tracks. Let me clear the snow away all the way down to the road so you can see how deep this is. I mean, let me pan around here. Look at some of these trees. Every tree is touching the ground now. Look at this. Look how much snow is on there. Look at the amount of snow on that tree, on this juniper. This is crazy. Look at that. Let's see if I can shake some of that off of there. Wow, look how much the branch goes up once it gets the weight off of it. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna go back over to the road and walk over to Aja's and see how everything's holding up over there. Walking in snow this deep, you gotta want it. I'm getting tired. And I haven't even quite gone halfway to Aja's yet. I might have to just drive the car. Wow. Okay, I'm going back. She looks like a snowmobile going through this stuff. Whew. Oh my gosh, am I getting tired. Whew. Wow. So over the next 3 days, I'm going to do a lot of documentation of this storm coming through. This is definitely going to be the most snow we've ever had. It's also not very cold. It's like 32 or 33 degrees. I'm going to have to take a bunch of layers off before I clear the snow off the RV. That's going to be a lot of work. I'll probably clear the cars off a little bit too, just to keep from having too much of a buildup on them. So this is some ridiculously wet snow. So I cleared off the cars and I cleared off the roof of the RV, and I'm glad I did. The roof was flexing while I was doing it. I didn't record it I just didn't want to mess with worrying about that while I'm up here on the ladder. But here, I'll show you. Yep, I cleared off the whole thing. And believe it or not, I'm already bringing in solar. For some reason, these snow clouds, whoa. For some reason, these snow clouds seem to let through a little bit more UV than rain clouds. I'm not sure why, but I always get a little more solar when it's been snowing like this. So, all right, so me and Scout, we're gonna get in the car and I'm gonna drive the Navigator around the property, and especially I'm gonna drive the Navigator out the driveway. I'm gonna make sure I have a pathway well packed down by the car. I'll probably drive back and forth several times. I wanna make sure that even if we get another foot of snow, I can still drive out of here. Okay, here we go. So I am not in four-wheel drive. I'm not really worried about being in four-wheel drive. All right, so let's get ourselves a pathway started going out, leaving, making sure that I can get out. Wow, it's pretty deep. These tracks are pretty freaking deep. Yep. Pretty deep. Wow. Okay, my neighbors came through here to see. Look at this. Look how freaking deep that is. Wow. I'm gonna try and back up through it. See if I can do this. Nope. Nope, she ain't gonna back up like that. I'm gonna have to turn in. All right, here we go. Okay, looks like I'm gonna have to put it in 4. There we go. Wow, I had to put it in 4-wheel drive. Okay, let me drive. So now what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to drive off of the track that I was just on so that it gives me a little bit of an area that looks like it's been plowed. So I'm just steering by the rearview mirror. This is kind of old school. This is what you do if you don't have a plow. So I found out from talking to one of the locals here that I guess last winter that two people died out here just from exposure and, you know, being overtaken by the elements here and the conditions. You know, 3 years ago they had a big snowstorm out here before we bought this place, and there were 2 or 3 people that had died out here. It's serious business out here. You know, there's been times where there's been projects and upgrades that I've waited on to make sure that I have backups for different systems out here so that, you know, I don't get caught without heat or being stuck and not being able to go anywhere. You know, I want to make sure I'm good to go. Make sure me and Sue are good to go. Make sure we can get out of here if we need to. make sure we have the things that we need. You know, that all comes with preparation, really. I mean, that's sometimes, you know, you might have to make some sacrifices. Out here, it's all about having a backup, and then having a backup for your backup, and a backup for that backup, and a backup for that backup. It could be life or death out here, you know? Okay. Now you can really see it starting to come together now that I've driven over it and I've flattened out more than just 2 single small wheel tracks. You can really see that it starts to become almost like a little road or a little driveway, see? And I did all this without a snowplow. I definitely also, I want to establish a track over here to Ages because this will give me a place to walk. You know, I'm used to walking like a mile a day, but I'm not going to walk a mile in this thick snow. So I need to give myself a trail, and this is the easiest way to do it that I can think of. Look at that. Look at this driveway. That's coming together. That's what I call coming together. I mean, that's starting to look like a decent road. You can start to see how it's not going to be hard for me to get out of here, even if we get another, you know, another 8 inches on top of this. But it's important to be prepared. I believe in being prepared, and this is part of it right here. All right, everybody. So I'll give you a pan around here at all this snow. Look at this. Isn't it beautiful? So this beauty also has a terrible hidden danger. It's called exposure. You only have to be exposed to these elements for half hour to an hour without the right gear, and you could start to suffer from hypothermia. You can even die from it. Which is why it's probably one of the biggest reasons why they should not build that treatment center out here. Because they're going to have an open door policy, and because conditions can be exactly like this out here, and you have a guy decides to wander off. It's over 4 miles out to the highway. You know, you try to walk through these conditions without being prepared for 4 miles, you know, a person could find themselves stranded out here with no way to call for help and dying of exposure. It's just no place for addicts to be out here. You know, this is an ideal place in the summer, maybe in the spring, but fall and winter, no. Got Bandit and Scout out here with me today. Come on, Bandit. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Good boy. Good boy. There you go, bud. There you go. There you go, bud. That's my boy. Yeah. Give me a high five. High five. Good boy. High five. Good boy. Yeah, good boy. You're my little champ, aren't you? Yep. What a good boy. Yeah, so day 1 of 3 days of snow. Crazy. Crazy to think we're gonna get more than this. I'm really glad I drove around and made all the roads and pathways for myself. I mean, look at this nice path I have here for when I walk down around Ages. I also made a path going all the way down her driveway to the gate so I can walk that way. And I also made one down our easement road all the way to the gate so I can walk that way. And then my driveway all the way around out to the road, and then all the way over here in a big loop all the way around. So I've got lots of area to walk for the next few days.